as far as the internet itself is concerned and the way it has affected First Nations journalism is concerned, it's causing us a lot of issues in terms of now that anybody can start a blog. It doesn't matter who they are. They're out there writing about Indigenous issues as though they are a journalist, claiming and telling the world, this is what I see, this is what we're talking about, when in fact they've got no training. And it's creating a lot of problems, actually. In some of our communities, it's actually created a lot of division, a lot of violence, because they're not journalists, they're bloggers, and they're telling it from their perspective, which is, of course, their viewpoint. But they're not telling people that it's their viewpoint. So we do have issues with social media, and the fact that social media has no barriers, and I mean, we're even seeing people posting stories that are completely false, that there's no basis to. So the challenge then becomes for Canada as it looks at social media is, how do you control this? How do you let people know for a fact that these people are in fact just putting out their own opinion or dealing with the fact that they're dealing with a commentary as opposed to reporting the news? There is nothing that government is doing to help build an Indigenous media in this country. And the result of that is Indigenous media is suffering differently than mainstream, because we have a difficult time convincing the rest of Canada, first of all, that we have a readership and advertisers that in fact our media is worth investing in terms of advertising. I've had advertising media agencies tell me that when they get budgets from the government for advertising programs, the first one that they cut from that budget is Indigenous media. And after that then becomes other groups within the country. They think that the world stops at the edges of cities like Toronto and Ottawa. There is a country out here for the rest of us live in. And part of that country is Indigenous media. Government has done nothing to help us, to support us, or to provide us with any kind of economic benefits to help us to grow. And as a result of that, we've had to do that on our own.